Hi everybody, I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV channel. And tonight we're going to have the viewer showcase, and we have a Q&A and a glass chat, and we've got
a glass demo, and we're going to talk
demo.
about some things, and we're going to share some new products with you tonight.
So welcome everyone. I hope you're having a great week, the beginning of a great week. Yeah. And we have a lot of questions tonight, and we have a lot of people in here tonight. So welcome, everyone. It's good to see everyone.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and you're all on time. Holy cow, that's crazy. Yeah, so Ray, we want to thank you for everything you do, and don't forget to thank Ray for being our moderator. And tonight we want to just share some good things with you. Everything is...
And you want to talk about our sponsor?
Yeah, sure, Barb. So tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Sunshine Glassworks.
Yeah.
Where at Sunshine Glassworks, they have over 1,500 colors of glass from all the different manufacturers. So if you're looking for something special, they probably have it. Just talk to Sean or Scott or Barb, any of those people there. They'll be happy to help you.
We have a lot of questions come in during the week this week, but if you have a question, put a Q in the chat with your question, and we'll be happy to answer it.
All right, Barbara, let's get started.
Okay, well, Pauline jumped in earlier tonight before we even started, and she had two questions. She wanted to know where you put the wire around the sun catcher, and should you put it on the side or in the middle?
Pauline, typically I try to run it in the center because it makes a much prettier rounded bead around the edge, a prettier finish on the edge of your sun catcher. And you know, you want to, if you put it on the edge of it, then you've got all that to work with. But if you put it in the center, you can round that and make that bead look really nice and not have to spend a lot of time on it because the wire will do some of the work for you. So. And
also, oh goodness. And also, Pauline wanted to know, oh, we got what is that? Who is that from? Thank you, Sean.
Sean Allen. Good to see you tonight.
Gosh,
thanks for tuning
awesome.
in. Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
that's crazy.
That
yeah. Hope you had a good day today, Sean.
Fix that light for me.
I got it.
Okay. Now I can't see my chat. Okay. Thank you, Sean. That was awesome. That was hilarious too. Also, Pauline wanted to.
I got it.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Pauline wanted to know, how big of a sun catcher should you have?
Pauline,
where you put wire around.
Yeah. So Pauline, I try to, because all sun catchers are going to hang. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and I put the wire around all of my sun catchers, even the little stockings that we make. I put it around them because they hang between the foot part and the piece that goes on top of the ankle. So wiring that all together ensures that it's not going to come apart, and your customer can use it year round if they choose to, or just put it on the Christmas tree for the rest of time, I guess.
Jason, thank you so much.
Hey, all right. Jason, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, that is awesome.
We appreciate it.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Okay.
This is a great evening because we've got so much to share with everyone tonight, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and just a lot of really, really good questions tonight. So.
Yeah, this is good. Okay, so I don't know how okay, so I'm going to go if we have any questions. Jason says happy birthday. Whose birthday is it?
Oh, everybody, you know whose birthday it is. It's my girl's. It's Barb's birthday tonight.
It is.
Today.
It is.
So
it is.
happy birthday to you,
People
Barb.
like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Someone likes my haircut. Yeah, me too.
I just wanted to look nice for Barbara's
shorter.
birthday tonight.
Yeah,
so.
We're having a good time today. I had a great birthday, y'all. Thank you for the happy birthdays. I really appreciate it. And welcome to everyone from all over the country. We are so happy to have you here tonight. Yeah. And celebrate my birthday with me.
That's right. So this is great. You know, last week, Barb, we celebrated Halloween by dressing up, and tonight we're celebrating your birthday.
Thank you, Pauline. I
and
appreciate
it's really
that.
nice.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay, let's get into the questions.
Let's get on the questions
so
here.
Sweet. Look at those.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I feel special.
You
Y'all
are.
sweet. Okay. Joe wrote in. He said he found a piece of textured glass and used it for a project yesterday, and he could not cut it to save his life, straight or otherwise. He wanted to hurl the whole piece on the floor. Have you ever had that happen to you?
I have, Joe, and there are some glasses, and not knowing the manufacturer or the name of that particular glass, there are some glasses that are very difficult to cut. So during tonight's glass chat, we're going to talk about a very heavily textured glass. It's a bullseye glass. It's even the smooth side is rough, so we're going to talk about it. But what happens, Joe, what happens when you're cutting most textured glasses, because it's thicker and it looks different and it sounds different, is we make the common mistake of putting more pressure on it than we would a normal piece of glass, and that being the mistake. So what you want to do is you want to get that keep the same pressure no matter how thick that particular glass is or the texture on it. And remember, don't ever pick up your glass cutter when you fall into a divot. Just drive right out of it and see if that will help you. I hope it will. Just remember, listen to your cutter, but don't put more pressure than normal just because the glass is thicker.
Thank you, Thomas.
Oh, hey, Thomas. Good to have you on board tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Thomas, so much. Oop, let's put that on green so we can see the color of the glass. How's that? Is that
Yeah,
better?
so we're having to put that on green because we're going to share this piece of glass with y'all tonight too. So
Yes,
we're sharing
Mimi,
lots of
he's
glass
wearing a
tonight.
tie because it's my birthday.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd wear a
any-
tie all the time if y'all want me to.
I see a question in here from Magali. Is that the first question? Is that where I need to go? She said she's cutting Yakagani Oceana white iridescent glass, and it's hard for her to cut. You're going to do a
I'm
demo,
gonna demo on a piece of iridescent glass that's black, and again, y'all, the thickness of the glass and the textures do make it a little more difficult to cut. But what you're going to find, as I'm going to show you, on textured glasses, your running pliers don't work on these really heavy, thick textures. So.
And are you cutting on the iridized? Is it smooth where you can cut on the iridized side, or is it textured where
Or
you
on
have
the
to?
iridized side, because the glass we're going to show you tonight is the texture is the iridized side, and the smooth but very bumpy and cradly is the back. And so we're going to be cutting this from the back because there's no way for us to go through 1/4 inch divots through this particular glass. So we are going to share, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it because textured glasses are very difficult. And if you remember, when we did the Live Oak project, every one of those glasses were textured, were thick, were goofy when they broke, and because of their thickness, we had to use the number 2 size lead, and we still had to grind the edges, didn't we, Barb,
Yep.
to get it to fit in the lead so that we could glaze it and hold it all together. So try not to get too frustrated, and we want to be able to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This is a great time, and it's a great evening. Can you believe it? We might even have we have a tropical storm coming in on Saturday here, and so.
Just got another.
Oh my gosh! God bless y'all
Thank
so
you,
much.
Anna.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Thank
so
you very much.
Thank you so much.
So I hope we're answering your questions correctly tonight, and we're really hopefully we're helping you. And again, during the glass chat, we're going to be cutting some heavy duty textured glass, and we're going to talk about it.
Thank you, guys. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Okay, Magali said she is cutting from the iridescent side, and she said that it's not cheap, and she's very frustrated. Maybe I can help you tonight.
Yeah. So Magali, what kind of? Just take a moment and just what kind of texture? What'd you say it was? Yakagani and Oceana. Oceana is a little bit tough, but you're gonna have to a lot of times you might want to cut it just to try and get it a little bit larger and kind of work your way back with your grousing pliers. Also, you may want to try and use your running pliers if you can, simply because if it's not that textured. Youghiogheny and Oceania are textured, but it's like, as long as it's not like a ripple or a really heavy roll or something on it, like we're getting ready to cut here in a little bit, your grousing pliers, when you go to grab it, are going to be pulling down too far, and the glass is going to go to its weakest point, which whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it's going to go roll left or roll right, okay? So try to, if you can, Magali, maybe even tapping that score and getting it started and trying to move that score and run that run forward by tapping underneath of it, okay? I know Youghiogheny is so expensive, but it's such beautiful glass, so just take your time and try tapping the bottom of it, but try it on a scrap piece of it, because I think you might find that tapping on it will help that run move forward, and then maybe you can get a hold of it with your grousing pliers. I hope that helps, Magali.
Jennifer wants to know, do you ever use a ring saw on thick, bumpy glass? Would that work?
It probably would work on thick, bumpy glass as long as the thick and bumpy, or the bumpy is up, which means you would have to reverse your pattern. I don't have a ring saw here in the shop. I don't have a saw, period. I cut everything by hand, but guess what? Barbara has talked me into moving into the 21st century and quit Willie McNillian around, and we're going to be getting a ring saw. Yeah, because I want to try it. I was when I was little, I was really good with a scroll saw. Working with so the ring saw shouldn't be a problem, and we're going to get one, and we'll let you know how it works out, because I've never had a saw in the studio, but we've got some stuff coming up that it might be easier for me to just do that instead of doing the other.
Doing it the hard way, right?
Just doing it the original way.
Ray says bumpy up when cutting with the ring saw.
That's what I thought. Yeah, bumpy up. Okay. So remember, if you're going to do bumpy up and cut with a ring saw, you're going to have to use a marker that is going to stay on the glass for you. So.
Magali said the storm is coming straight for them.
Oh, hon.
And
prayers are with you,
AK
dear.
Martinez, on and off rain. Okay, so I hope.
Yeah. Category 1 coming in Florida, they say, but, just heads up.
Hope everything passes quickly and no damages.
No damages, a little bit of wind. Put the patio tables away. Glass is expensive.
Okay, so I guess there's a lot of storms going on in Texas. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, we got storms coming this way too.
We've got cold front coming in tonight. And right now, y'all, believe it or not, it's 77 degrees outside, and tomorrow morning when we wake up, it's going to be 50. So guess what's happening? We've got some real temperature variance happening right now. So
yeah.
All right, Barb, let's get another question.
Okay.
Maybe we got one on the page, or
yeah, I sure do. It came in this week. The question about the textured glass.
Yeah.
And then we're going to demo that. Wondering if you have a lead-free solder recommendation. I'm going to make an attempt with Worthington plumbing solder that comes recommended from elsewhere.
I'm not sure about the Worthington plumbing solder because of that word plumbing.
Jennifer, you are.
And I think that what we want to do is what we want to do. You got that purple shirt going. Oh, woo! The tie is blowing back, y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, that's great.
Jennifer,
that's great.
Thank
you, Jennifer.
That's so sweet.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday, Barbara.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
So, tell me what I was talking about now, because I got so excited. I just got so excited I couldn't stand it.
Oh, I'm about to cry.
So anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, here you go.
Okay.
Oh, this lead-free solder. I've never used lead-free solder, but anything that says plumbing on it, I would personally. Okay, it's just my opinion. If someone says it's good, spend the $40 on a roll of lead-free solder, and if it doesn't work, I don't know. But Amerway makes a lead-free solder, okay? It's sold at Sunshine Glassworks. You can give them a call. And it's designed for stained glass. So why would you do anything about with plumbing while you're doing stained glass? So, and you know, maybe that other person knows something that I don't, but I try to stay with the recommended materials, the recommended tools, and the recommended directions is what I try to stay with.
We don't know anything about
I don't know anything about
solder.
plumbing. Well, I do, but I can't say it on air. So, but you don't want to use something that's not designed for what you're doing, okay? The lead-free solder is very expensive. And I will tell you this, the lead-free solder is not as shiny as 50/50, nor is it as shiny as 60/40. So I'll let you in on that. But, you know, try it. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to lose, right?
Larry Murray said he likes to use an electric engraving pencil to mark his pattern on the glass when using the ring saw. It doesn't wear off.
What a great way.
I knew there was something.
Yeah, there has to be something that you can use.
That's a great idea, Larry.
Yeah.
Great idea.
So, Larry, let me just pop in on you real quick. Your pink glass that turns ruby in the light is going to be, it's a Wismac 3 or 5, and that glass hasn't been made in about 35 years. So I just want to let you know that, and that is a purple that runs through it, and it is no longer made, but it's either a Wismac 3 or a 5. So
that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So the other thing we want to do here is we want to thank.
Thank Larry.
We want to thank Larry for this beautiful calendar.
I knew there was something I was wanting to hang up on the wall.
From the
right
Balloon
there.
Festival in Albuquerque, New Mexico, y'all. And Larry is on the board there, and you know, we just want to thank him. This is going to be hanging up from us for a long time, at least for a year. And we want to thank you because we're going to hang it up until January. You're going to see this photograph until January when the calendar starts. But Larry, buddy, thank you so much. Thumbs up to you, and thank you for tuning in.
So we'll have the dates too. So
yeah,
we'll
and
share those with you.
We'll share all the information with you. We need to put that on our bucket list because Artie is almost ready for another trip, and I think about 2,500 miles might help him out.
And I think the future dates for the next few years is there too. So if you need to plan your bucket list, you know, we'll let you know those dates.
That's great, and you know, Larry, thanks a lot. And again, that glass is a Wismac, and it's either a 3 or a 5. So. Yeah. And it's purple that runs through that. It's just swirled with it, and you can see a little bit on the top. But because of the way that the purple glass is made, the purple is more in the center. So when you turn the light on, you get that look that you're looking at.
So yeah, a lot of good suggestions here, but that about marking on the glass with a
Dremel or engraver.
Yeah,
that's great.
Idea.
Yeah, I mean that's, you know, because if you're going to work with a saw and you're going to work with textured glass. Yeah, there's no way to cut the glass upside down to make it simpler. You're better off to work with the texture so that you can see what's going on. So thanks for the tips, everybody. Again, if I used a saw all the time, I would probably have a good tip for you. But guess what? Tomorrow's Tuesday. I think it's time to order a saw, Barb.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
It's not my birthday yet.
You've got a lot of things on your wish list, and we'll see which are most important.
I know.
Okay. Pauline thinks we should have an art contest. Whoever does the best window, we should, get a lot of viewers that way. So I don't know if we can do that or not, but
yeah, because we'd have to jury you in, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Would that be the deal? You'd have to go right through the whole roaring process.
Yeah, who would be the judge? Okay, someone is here from Denmark. Hi from
Hey,
Denmark.
hi
Happy
from-
birthday. Question. Any advice when foiling heavily textured glass? And this is Louise.
Hi, Louise.
Just started stained glass last month and don't have an edge grinding bit for my grinder yet.
Okay.
So,
Well, you because this glass right here, I can show you. this, you might be able to see it, but there are these little flares everywhere, and textured glass will eat you alive. But what I suggest is, hopefully you have like one of the carborundum stones that you can at least knock the flares off. And then what you want to do is you're going to need to use a little bit wider foil, maybe instead of a 7/32, maybe a 1/4 inch. And then, last week we had a great tip about using the plastic Q-tips with the plastic on them, not the paper, and that helps you get into the cracks and get your foil down. Remember that tip, Barb?
Yes.
Man, that was great. It was a great tip last week. So, but anyway, yeah. So what you want to do is, if you have a carborundum stone, is at least try and knock the sharp off of the glass, and then use a little bit wider foil. I think I'm right on that, Ray, because you do a lot of textured glass with your lamps, and I think if you just use a little bit of foil, larger foil, it should help you out. Is that correct, Ray?
That sounds right.
Okay.
Ray will tell us.
Yeah, Ray will tell us. But I just, I use a larger foil.
Don't you sometimes turn your glass on the side and take that edge
But
off?
she didn't have a grinder bit.
Oh, I think it was.
She didn't have a grinder bit.
She doesn't have an edge grinding bit for her grinder yet.
Yeah, for grinding the
Okay.
edge. But yeah, you can. Oh, and by the way, Louise, you can turn, when you get the grinder bit, you can, instead of you can grind it flat into the bit, but you can also lift it up and grind it edgewise this way and eliminate just that little bit of texture so that you can get that foil to wrap. Because if you can get the foil to wrap and stick, you can get it soldered and it will stay together. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean, it's like, Karen and Denver tuned in tonight. Hey guys,
Thank
how
you,
are
guys.
you? Thanks for tuning in.
Barry wants to know, what is the best paper to use to make large patterns, and where is the best place to get it?
Barry, it's actually on our Amazon store page. Just go to our website and then click onto the Amazon store, and that'll take you there. We use a 40-pound weight paper, 48 inches tall, and 280 feet long, and I think it runs about $37, and it's well worth it.
Thank you, Denver. It is also in the description, the links in the description to the tools and supplies.
I'm sorry, tools and supplies.
Or you can go to the website, conwiglass.com.
Yeah, so we use our paper, and we working on these because finally, y'all, we've started the drawings on our big job, so we're really excited about that, and we got some things going on.
So Barry says dollar store poster board. Yeah, if you're doing
the dollar store
patterns.
poster board is great, even for your pattern.
Yeah.
Cut it out, use my razor blade trick, eliminate that foil shear nightmare, and just do that, and that makes a great pattern. So.
Yep. So if you have a question, just put a Q and your question in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer it. And do you want to move on?
Let's do a glass chat, Barb.
Okay, let's do a glass chat.
Okay.
I'm looking to see if I have any questions here, but I think question. Any way to refresh old foil that lost its stickiness?
Absolutely not. I don't think so. But you know what you can do is pull some off the roll.
Keep going.
Keep going. Cut it off and then pull it back and see if it's still sticky. What happens, y'all, is if you keep it in your garage and your workshop gets hot and stuff like that, it's going to melt. And that stickiness is just going to go away. And it's a shame because, foil is like $20 a roll now. So
Yeah, copper's high.
Copper's really high.
So, a lot of times it'll just be bad on the outside edge, and if you pull down into it,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
good
remember,
because it's protected.
Yeah, and you got 36 feet there, so you can go
it's
ahead,
a lot.
you can get a lot of
so
it
maybe
off.
you can salvage something out of it.
Yeah, and I would try anyway. And then from now on, what you want to do is keep it in a Ziploc baggie, maybe put a couple grains of rice in it, and just keep it in a drawer. Right, Barb?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to go to the glass chat?
Yeah, let's go to the glass chat.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
You're there.
Wow. You see the texture on this, y'all? It is heavy duty. I mean, real heavy duty. So this is the iridescent side, which you can see that. There it is. Whoa, isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful glass, y'all. It's beautiful glass. This glass has two applications. It's fusing compatible because it's bullseye. It's also crazy thick. It's textured, and even the back side right here, you can see it. I hope. Let me tilt it up. There you go. Look at the texture. Look at the texture. Okay, that looks like somebody took a hammer and just really ruined it for somebody. But so we're going to cut this glass, and I'm going to use the same pressure that I use no matter what I'm cutting, okay? And I'm going to use the same cutter that I use no matter what I'm cutting, okay? So let's try and, first of all, let's try and take a strip off. And I have my running pliers, and I've got my jaw completely closed on this because I'm going to need a little bit of leverage, all right? So let's see if we can use the running pliers on this. I'm thinking not, because the texture is so thick, the jaws aren't going to be able to do what they're supposed to do. So here we go. Listen to our glass cutter. We're rolling down the road on that one. So if we get it just right, we might be able to use our running pliers. But look at that, y'all. The blood has gone out of my fingertips. You can't do it. Our producer just backed up into the other room. So I'm going to take my grousing pliers. I'm going to come in about a ½ an inch. I'm going to pull down and away. And remember, my knuckle of my index finger is underneath. And here we go. All right. The running pliers don't work on heavily textured glass. Look how thick that stuff is, y'all. Let me get it over. There we go. Okay. So let's try this again. I'm going to try it again with my running pliers. Okay, I'm gonna turn the glass the other way. Let's see if cutting it the other direction helps. And I'm gonna guess the answer to that would be a big fat no. So here we go. Am I still in the shot, Barb?
Yes.
All right, so now we're gonna try this. Let's see if we can get our runners up in there. Okay, now this is what happened. On this angle, the glass is different than on this angle because the joints or the texture is running this direction. Okay? So that gave us thinner parts of the glass rather than thick. So let's try that again. All right? We're going to try this. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, you know. But remember, I'm not changing the pressure on my cutter. And we're going to try and do this again. Okay, so that's the one direction where it's a little bit less. And now we're going to spin it around. And we're going to try it again. Okay. ½ inch in, index finger knuckle underneath, down and away. There you go. So, and look at all
What's
the
that
little.
glass? What is the name of it?
This is the Bullseye. I believe it's 1175. Black on iridescent. Black. It's solid black iridescent. And y'all, if you're looking for some of it, Ripple. We got it. We have got this glass, and you can do
Fusing compatible.
It's fusing compatible, which means you can use it in stained glass or in the kiln with other glasses that are fusing compatible. Bullseye, y'all, is a 90, okay? This is a 90. So keep that in mind if you're using Bullseye. But Bullseye is so beautiful in windows just because of the colors that they have. So, you know, and a lot of the glasses that are fusing compatible, Sunshine carries. So our sponsor again tonight is Sunshine Glassworks, and we want to thank them. And we are really, really happy to have them as part of our show. So if you're looking for glass, Sunshine has over 1,500 different colors in stock from all the manufacturers. So
That's right.
thank you, Sunshine.
Yes, thank you, Sunshine. Okay, I have a question. Why does my foil backing and glue coming off during soldering. I have tried using lower temps, but the silver black backing and adhesive has been coming off and making a mess on the glass and solder.
You are probably got some, I would say it's probably an old roll that's been sitting around for a long time. The other thing is maybe you might want to, if you're using a rheostat, you might want to back that thing down to about 5 or 6, just enough to melt the solder, because that tape shouldn't, the back of that should not be melting, okay?
No.
It shouldn't be melting. So there's something, it's either the
too
foil
hot,
or you're still working too hot. So give it a shot. If you're using 60-40 solder, you can work a little bit cooler anyway. So.
And watch for not too much flux. You know, flux could be getting under. You know, you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
because
if you're putting too much flux on it, now you're boiling it, and the flux is underneath of it, and it's going to melt the glue and push it out because you're boiling the flux. So be careful. That's all. Just be careful. Be mindful of what you're doing. That's all.
Okay, there was another question, I believe. I answered it. What kind of glass that was?
Oh, you know what?
What?
Didn't we have a question
Jennifer?
about brass or something?
Oh, when will the bullseye sale be? Starts next
Wednesday, the 16th.
Yes, next Wednesday. Yes, ma'am. We're excited.
We're excited, and we've got it. We've got it all cut up, ready to go. We have large sheets, we have half sheets, and we have what I call samples. They're like 5x5, 6x6, and they're affordable. So, but they're all bullseye. So I had a question that I thought I had read about. Somebody wanted to know if I use brass cane. Well, I use brass cane, and I also use brass jacketed cane. So the brass jacketed is lead with a brass coat pinched around it, and it bends fairly easy, okay? You can do a little bit different bends with it because of the lead flowing with it, and it's going to keep the brass a little bit straighter when you bend it, okay? So the other thing that you want to do is you don't want to leave this sit around. If you're not going to use all of it, and it's brass is preferred, basically straight lines, or maybe like that is nice, something like that. But when you're bending brass cane, you always start in the middle and you work your way to the outside, and you can create some pretty small bends. If you have a cane bender, you can get that down to about 2 inches in diameter. So, Cascade makes a really beautiful cane bender. So if you're lucky enough to have one of those, then you'll be good. Yeah. But they do make just regular brass caning, and then they make what they call brass jacketed lead. And I prefer the brass jacketed lead.
Oh, okay.
It just looks better, I think.
Yeah, there was a question. I've answered that one. I'm trying to go down through here. Oh, how in the world could you foil? Karen asked, how in the world could you foil that wave texture glass? That question comes up.
It comes up all the time. Well, those of you that use a grinder, you can turn it up on its edge like this, and you'll grind that down and put it on what's called a bevel. So you're gonna drop that down to maybe 12 degrees. And then that foil will fit right around there, because you got to grind it anyway. Because if I picked this piece of glass up wrong, y'all would see me bleed, because there are so many sharp, undesirable edges on this piece of glass. So what we want to do is you can sand it this way, and then it'll fit into your lead, or you can still use your 7/32 foil if you need to, or you can use a 1/4 inch, because this glass is pretty thick. This is like 3/16 of an inch thick. This ripple is really heavy duty.
Kat St. James said, order your foil in cooler weather so it's not sitting in those hot trucks and melting. It's a good idea. Very good idea.
Yeah, because that's funny if you think about it, because some of the mold material we use, they won't ship it after November because it has to fly to us, and if it freezes, it's not any good.
So, did you have anything else you wanted to say about the textured glass?
No, just that you know, I know it's frustrating because I get frustrated with it, but
It's so pretty.
it's so pretty to work with. It's well worth it, and you know, take your time with it. Use your grousing pliers, use your running pliers, and you know what we didn't do, Barb? We didn't tap it to see what it did when we tapped it.
Okay, let's try
So
that.
we're going to tap this glass and see if maybe that'll help. I'm not sure which way the ripple's running, but it doesn't matter because, you know, when you're cutting it, sometimes, you know, it doesn't matter for you either. So here we go. And you can hear that it's like bobbing up and down. So let's take this. Okay, did you hear the tone change? If you heard that tone change, we should be able to grab it with our grousers and pull down, just like that. Okay? So when that tone changed, that told me that it had started the run up here. Because if you've ever picked up a piece of glass that's got a run in it, art glass, if you thump it, it goes bong. If it's got a run in it, be very careful, and you should do this with full sheets because they will hurt you. When you thump it, it goes bonk. It's got a run in it somewhere, so be very careful picking it up.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's either bong or it's bonk, and the bonk will get you. Okay? So, and that, hey, that's from experience. The bonk will get you. That dead tone will hurt.
Okay. Izzy Fox wants to know if we could show a photo gallery of our work through the years, starting with a wedding pic. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. All right, we'll work on that.
Might take a long while.
That's a lot of pictures.
It is. We'll work on it. That
Yeah,
would
we'll
be
work
fun.
on that. We have a from 1988 or so, or I don't know, to 99. We lost a lot of photographs prior to 99 in the flood of 99.
Yes.
So, but I mean,
We
we
could
have a
put some
couple
together.
things. We have some, we have some.
Yeah, a lot of glass photos got lost because we had them at our studio and no one knew it was going to flood, and so we had just moved in,
Yeah,
and all the boxes were on the floor
and the
under
paint
the
was still wet
desk
on the wall.
because we thought the ceiling would leak, but instead the
Water came out
water
from
came
underneath.
out from underneath instead of from the top. So
Yeah,
all
so-
our computers and everything.
Yeah, we put everything on the floor on pallets and covered it with plastic because the roof was gonna.
We thought the roof.
We thought the roof, and it actually did just the opposite for us.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Okay, here's
live and
a
learn.
question.
All right.
This is a good question. I like this question. When using brass, how do you get the solder to be the same color?
Okay, you ready? You go and get a gold paint pen. Okay, not the little puny tipped one, but the regular gold paint pen with the medium tip, and clean it really well and paint that, and it's the same color. It
Yeah,
works
it
great.
works
We've been doing it for
perfectly.
years.
Yeah, and when you have a restoration or a repair to do with the
Use the
brass
gold
pen,
paint
yeah,
pen.
use that gold paint pen. It'll look perfect.
And it stays on there for eternity. I've never had one come back. So
I know they call that brass, but it's actually a golden color. The cane is actually a goldy color. To me, it's not.
yeah, I mean it's like yeah,
it matches. The gold paint pen matches.
and it
perfect.
oxidizes. See this right here? It'll oxidize. This is what happens when you leave it laying around too long. It oxidizes.
I don't know if they can see
No, I don't
that.
know if you can or not.
Let me put it on the close-up.
Okay, so I just pulled this oxidation apart, and you can see the lead in it. And now you have, it's right there in the V. The lead's right there, and then we have our oxidation right there. So I think you would like working with this lead jacketed cane or brass jacketed cane. I think you would really enjoy it if you hadn't worked with it before. It's easy to cut. I wouldn't cut it with your good lead nippers. Just give us a call and order another pair that work with brass separately. So, or the best thing is really a bandsaw with about 24 teeth per inch, something that'll just take it down and knock it out.
Magali wants to know if it's she's doing sun catchers for a craft show. Is it okay to price a little more for the same sun catcher with a more expensive glass, or just round it up?
I would, you know what, Magali, because you know where your costs are, and if you're using a more expensive glass, it's okay to mark it up a couple dollars.
It's the same sun. I have to disagree.
Okay.
It's the same sun catcher. I would round it up to where the average, so it averages out.
Yeah.
And because the customer's going to say, well, that looks the same. And, so it's kind of hard to explain the difference if they're the same exact.
Round the lower
Round it up,
cost sun
so
catcher to the upside of the more expensive sun catcher.
And you don't have to make it all,
No, just a few dollars,
Small increments, and I don't think anyone will notice the increase.
They probably won't, because I'm going to
gotta
tell
cover
you,
your cost.
people, right, and people are expecting a little bit higher prices right now because you can't get anything. We still can't get anything because everybody used all their inventory up over the last 2 years, but they forgot to make it. That's just my opinion.
Okay, like us, right?
Yeah.
Scrambling to make inventory. Okay, Karen, what is it? Karen wants to see the cameraman. I saw something about that. Where's that?
There it is, right here. Yes, pick and how is your grand cameraman doing
tonight? He's doing fine.
He is doing great. And
we're going to drag him on camera one of these days.
Well, right now he's producing this live
he's real
stream.
busy.
He's very busy making sure that the lighting is right, the cameras is right. We're not blobbing all over the place.
Blabbering.
What?
Blabbering?
Sure.
Okay. Now.
Well, you know what, Barb?
Okay,
I want to invite everybody that's not a subscriber to our channel to please take a moment and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. And when you do, don't forget to ring the bell, to the notification bell, so that you know when we're coming at you live again. And it's every Monday night, y'all. We're not just Willie McNillian. We're here every Monday night to answer your questions.
Woo!
And ring that bell, everybody.
Scare me.
I'm sorry. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if we're helping you out. And remember, the thumb is our favorite finger anyway.
All right. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay. My other question, Magali, where is it? Okay. She has some older sun catchers Magali has some older sun catchers that have a little oxidation, which she polishes to make shiny. Should I lower the price of those? Absolutely not.
No, Magali, don't lower your
Don't
prices.
ever lower your
Don't
prices.
ever lower your prices. You know what?
Unless you
Take
have a
5
really
minutes,
dull-
steel wool them, and repatina them, and put them back up for sale.
Yeah, and those things that don't sell, they will eventually sell. Make them look good and put them back out there. If they continue not to sell, just don't make any more, and then
Right.
maybe lower the price. But just
Yeah.
getting that old oxidation off, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Don't lower your price, Magali, because
But you want a
time
big
is worth it.
inventory and you want a big selection. So the more that you have, the more you're going to sell. So just put them out there and you'll do fine.
Yeah, I think you'll do fine, Magali. Your work is beautiful. So.
Okay, so what are we doing next, Mr. Streeter?
Well, let's talk about this piece of glass right behind you.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all can see this piece of glass. Hand me that color thing. I'm gonna do something with
Yes.
it real quick, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I changed that to a different color green, but now you can see this glass. This is a cobalt blue with white streaky, and I'm gonna let you in on a secret. It's an Armstrong that was made back in 1992. And the part number is 4218-S. So it's a A4218-S. A being Armstrong, cobalt blue and white, and the S being on the back end of it being streaky. This is a beautiful piece of glass. It's 32 by 42, and it's just one of the glasses. Now that we have space in the window, we're going to continue sharing for our Drunken Jack's job. So we want you to just enjoy this piece.
Yeah,
Enjoy
we'll have another one next week.
We'll have another one next week, and we have a lot. right now, this is all, the little sheets we've showed you throughout all the weeks. Now we're getting ready to show you some of the larger pieces that we'll be working with. And, it's always fun to share with you. Plus, you get to see something different behind Barbara. So, and you know what? That piece of glass, when y'all make a donation to the channel to help support our channel, it's greatly appreciated. But what really happens when you do is this. See that? It gets it going. And we are so greatly, and we're very appreciative for all of your donations to help support the ARTyRV channel.
Karen wanted to know who got drunk.
When?
You said something about drunken something? Drunken Jack's. It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant.
Okay.
It's a restaurant. Yeah, no, we don't do the drunk.
Not tonight, even though it's my birthday. Okay. Let's see. Jennifer had a question.
Okay, Jennifer. And Jennifer, thank you so much for helping support the
Jennifer,
channel. Thank you very much.
She needs to replace a piece of glass in a finished copper foil piece. How can she get it out?
All right, so the best way to do that, Jennifer, this is what I do, okay? I turn my soldering iron on, get it just a little bit hotter than I really need it, and take that sun catcher and put it on its side.
It's in a window, I believe.
Yeah, if it's in a window,
okay,
it's finished.
No,
that's fine. What you want to do is tilt that up, and if you heat that solder up, it'll run down. It won't stick to anything below it. Get rid of that on both sides, and then lay it down and score that piece of glass several times in different directions. And then again, stand it up from the back side, tap it, get it out, and then just start rolling the pieces out. You'll have to refoil the pieces that it was attached to, and of course refoil the piece of glass that you're putting in. But you know what? It's all worth it, and you can't remove that solder laying flat easily. I always find it's quicker, because time is money. It's quicker to stand it up, heat it up, let it run off onto the table, do it on the other side, break the glass out, and go on with it. Right, Barb?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said it's buried in the middle of the piece.
Yeah, don't even worry about trying to get to it from the outside, hon. Dive right into the middle, break it out, pull it away, and go.
Apart.
Yeah. If you'll relieve the stress of the solder joints that are around it by removing the solder, the glass will break easier because there's nothing going to be holding it. You don't have to get it all off, okay, Jen? But what you want to do is get as much of it off as you can, and then score that piece of glass and break it with the back of your glass cutter. Tap it until you get a hole in it, and then grab it with your grousing pliers and just start pulling it out and heat it as you go, hon. It'll come right out, because there's nothing worse than having to get to the middle from the outside. You're going around your elbow to get to your finger. It just doesn't work.
Okay.
Or it takes a lot of time anyway. It does work, Jennifer, but...
Thank you, Karen. No, we're not going out to dinner tonight.
No,
we're going out tomorrow night.
We're going out tomorrow night.
Our restaurant's not open tonight. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment. She said we look super sharp tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Rachel, thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Here we go. My tie's moving in the wind. It's all going. Woo!
Rochelle. I'm sorry.
Rochelle, thank you.
ARTyRV.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you, Rochelle.
I think I'm glad that you're feeling better. She was,
yes.
She was feeling pretty puny there for a while. We're glad you're feeling better, Rochelle. And thank you very much for supporting the ARTyRV channel. So.
Wow. 63 people in the live chat.
That's great. So yeah, that's this beautiful glass behind Barbara. We're going to be sharing other glasses with you. And so, you know what, Barb?
What?
We
were
really busy.
Share, yeah.
We were really busy Friday, and then of course we were out of town this weekend. And but I wanted to share something with our audience that the three of us made on Friday, but we didn't get to see them until this morning. So I'm going to share this with you first, okay? I am going to share this with you. This is a bowl. It's approximately 15 inches in diameter. And it is black with what's called, not just me call it, there's a lot of people call it, lipstick red. Mm-hmm. And it is gorgeous, Barbara. It's gorgeous. So I want you to, there we go.
Yeah,
so I want you to
closer to the camera
see that. Okay, how's that?
That's great. Okay, so that's a new one, and I believe that was Taylor's
This was Taylor's creation. It's our his
color
combination, and it's absolutely gorgeous, y'all. So anyway, so what we're doing for this project is we're making ornaments. We're making the bowls, and then we're designing ornaments to go with them. Are y'all ready for this? Sit down. Don't let your head hit the wall. Watch this. Boom. Look at that.
Yeah, put it up.
Is that gorgeous or what, everybody? Is that gorgeous?
Yeah. So that's really pretty. We've got a commission for 20 of these, and we'll show you some more next week.
We'll show you some more next week because we'll be finishing them up, and then remember our online store and the gallery, and we're having our bullseye sale
starting
next Wednesday, the 16th of November. So.
Okay, so I think it's time for the viewer showcase.
Oh my gosh, Barb, it's the first of the month. I forgot.
It is.
This is great. There are no Willie McNeillian with us.
Okay. So tonight's viewer showcase starts out with Stained Glass by Mark Mason. And
Mark, thanks for sending those photos in because you're using the Yakagani or the Uroboros glass around the borders of these very simple windows is extremely beautiful. So I want to let you know that those borders are so attractive. I can't stand it. They're beautiful.
Yeah, and I love the colors, Mark. They're very nice.
Great job, sir.
Sorry, your name is not all the way, but we know who you are, Mark Mason.
Everybody, Mark tonight. Mason. Yeah.
This is Joey Arisp. He's you can see the top picture there where the
window is going.
And then he's got this transom right here that's very colorful at the bottom. It's very nice.
Good job, Joey. Thanks for sharing your photograph with us. We appreciate it very much.
Okay, this is Stained Glass by Martha Crowder. And Martha, are you here tonight? Martha's usually here. And great work, Martha. It's great to see you in person there.
It's beautiful. Yeah, to put a face with the name is really nice too. So, thank you.
Yeah, I love it. She does a lot of floral type things, and she said she was working on a piece that had over 100 pieces in it.
Oh, so wow!
She's busy.
That's good though.
Okay.
Martha's here.
Oh, hey, Martha.
Hey, Martha. Okay. Martha.
Thanks for letting us know you're here, hon. We appreciate it.
And Miranda, her last name is Hopkins. You can't see her last name there, but it's Hopkins. And she has this cute little...
Oh, that's beautiful. Rooster with the
little flowers. It's adorable. Love it. Or is that a rooster?
And I like the bevel up in the top bar and the bottom in the border where the light's going to refract through those bevels. That's awesome. It's really pretty.
Yes. Very nice. And then this was awesome. The Red Octopus and the Kissing Seahorses. And that is by Milo Hyde.
Milo, thumbs up to you, my friend. And I'm going to ring the bell for every one of you that joined our viewer showcase this week. And don't forget, we do this the first Monday of every month. So get us your photographs in, and we would love to share them with our viewers. So thanks again, everybody, for sending those in this week.
So if you want to be featured on the show, just go to conwayglass.com/ARTyRV and send us a message, and we'll send you back an email link, and you can send us the photos. So we appreciate everything that y'all do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's so beautiful to see everybody's work because everyone is talented, but just everyone uses different techniques, which is what makes this all go around. It's really nice, and then being able to share techniques with everyone because there really are no secrets, y'all.
And remember, when you're sending in your photographs, send it in a JPEG, and also put viewer showcase. When you send those photos back, put viewer showcase in the message. So I know that I can pull that up.
Because
sometimes they come in and I don't know that it's viewer showcase, and when I go back to pull it up, I can't get it.
Yeah, because we don't know where it is. So if I missed anyone,
that's why. Just resubmit and remember to put viewer showcase in there. But I think I got everyone.
Yeah, so everybody's work was really, really beautiful tonight, and thank you for sending it in to us so that we could share it with you.
So do we have any more questions? If we have some questions, put them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer. And
Yeah, we will.
we really appreciate all that work. So we have,
Well,
not
we
this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, the Bullseye Glass sale starts.
Yeah.
And it's 20% off,
It's 20% off, yeah.
all the Bullseye. So
And
should be
if
fun.
if you buy Bullseye, that's significant.
Yeah, it's good glass. We got some pretty things. So if you got a question, put it in the chat and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, we'll be happy to answer any of your questions about glass in general. And golly, it's here it is. It's November already. Thanksgiving is coming up the end of the month, and it'll be good. And I don't think we'll be on holiday for any of
No,
our...
we'll be home for
We'll be
Thanksgiving.
home for
Now we'll be
Thanksgiving.
out of town for Christmas, but we won't miss any live streams.
We'll have a live stream on the 26th,
Yeah.
so don't worry about that.
at a different location.
At a different location, yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. That should be fun. Karen wants to know when her class is. Karen, I'm thinking January, February.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
like
we're gonna
when
do
we're
it.
going to do that.
And it's going to be a weekend thing. We're just kind of working out the logistics right now, and we're also working out the funding. So
Jerby Jerb wants to know, do we prefer liquid flux or gel flux?
we prefer liquid flux, and we use the Ruby Flux, Jerby, just because it doesn't smoke and it doesn't really it doesn't burn the tip of your tongue. And the main thing is it cleans up very easily. But Ruby Flux, you can find that on our Amazon page. Just go to our tools and supplies on our website. That'll take you directly there, and you can find it.
Yes.
The Ruby Flux,
you'll love
there's a
it.
lot of people on our channel that have converted to the Ruby Flux, and they like it. So, don't just ask me about the Ruby Flux. We got testimonials right here, all up and down this board. So,
B wants to know, what is the most economical way to expand their glass to inventory? Buying scrap glass, shopping manufacturer sales, etc.
well, if you're going to expand your inventory, I don't think you would want to expand your inventory with scrap glass, unless you do small stuff.
Unless you do mosaics.
Mosaics, yeah. If you're going to do mosaics, come see me, because I have.
But save all your scrap.
Save all your
Which is
scraps.
where
We
you
have
always
hundreds
need
of
some.
pounds of it.
Yeah. You're eventually going to
you're eventually going to use it. What you want to do, though, is keep it separated from fusing compatible glass versus just regular art glass. The other thing is sometimes you can find, and I've seen this done before, find someone that's just going out of business, and it's sadly to say there's a lot of it right now on the internet that you can purchase. So if you want to buy someone else's inventory, it's a good idea, but don't expect to get a deal, because I don't think that they're offering deals. They're offering to eliminate their inventory. So maybe a little bit of a discount, but you're not going to walk away with it for free. So
Yeah, and definitely yard sales, garage sales.
yeah, when people pass on, a lot of people do
that are
stained
selling
glass.
out their inventory.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep your eyes
We've
open.
been in
All
more
of
than
the
one
above.
garage.
All of the above.
Yeah, we've been in more than one garage and loaded up our truck.
Judith said she purchased a large shop on Craigslist. Yeah, that's a good idea.
There you go. I mean, if you got the money to do it, like I said, they're not going to give it away, but a lot of times you can find some beautiful glass.
Who?
Anybody.
Okay. They might give it away.
Yeah, they might. I don't know.
You never can tell
You
what
can't
you're
ever
gonna
tell,
find.
right? But just be on the lookout for it. If that's what you're interested in doing, just look, because it's out there.
Okay. Magali has a question.
Okay, Magali.
Some of the glass she has may be fusible. Can she put a small piece in the kiln to see if it is fusible? How would she check? I think is what she's asking.
Yeah, so there's a test you can do, Magali. If you have a clear piece of glass that is that manufacturer, just clear glass of that manufacturer that you think it might be fusible, and then take some little 1/2-inch squares of the glass you think is fusible and put them 1 inch apart on that clear strip and fuse it together. by the time it's done, fully fuse it now. Fully fuse it. If the glass is not compatible, it will fracture all the way around that 1/2 by 1/2 square, and it'll tell you that it's not compatible, because what it's doing is the coefficient of expansion and contraction has taken over, and one is shrinking, but the other one is shrinking faster. And what happens with that is you get those cracks. Is that correct, Barb?
Yeah, and so I would put that. Oh, thank you, Rick. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you
so
very much.
We really appreciate it, and thank you.
There you go.
Oh, go ahead, do that. So, Magali, I would put whatever you're wanting to fuse together, that piece of glass, put it with what you want to fuse it to, and just put that in there as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
However, you have to perform a test.
yeah, just
A
put it
coefficient test.
and
It
write
has to be
everything
done.
down
Right.
that you're doing, because it may look different when it comes out of the kiln.
Yeah, because some glasses, Magali, when you fuse them, they change colors and they stay that color.
Yeah, and it
It's
gets
a little
kind of
bit different.
confusing. Okay, so Jennifer said she bought out someone that had quit after 30 years and had a great.
Probably a great selection. Older glasses, great for repairs probably. So, I find myself looking through old glass that I have for repairs, and or I find myself taking samples of what I need and shipping it. My first bet is Sunshine, because they work with us really well, and they usually have what we're looking for. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, hey Rick, thank you so much for
Thank you, Rick.
for
And
supporting
thank
the
you,
ARTyRV
everyone that
channel.
has-
Thank you for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B says, if you don't have a kiln, is there another way to tell if it is fusible?
Not really.
No, a sticker.
Unless it's marked, yeah, if there's a
Sticker.
label on it or something.
Yeah.
All the bullseye glass has a big orange round label that says tested compatible on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
But-
and you can't really tell by looking at it either, because
Oh, no,
the
definitely
old the old Spectrum looks like the new fusing compatible Spectrum. So you're not going to be able to tell
Right.
those two Spectrums
Right.
apart. Well,
Right.
it's not Spectrum now.
No, it's
Oceanside.
Oceansides, yeah.
But yeah,
It's
you're not
Oceans.
going to be able to tell them apart.
Yeah, so you're not going to, you
Without
can't
a
just
sticker.
look at a glass and tell that whether it's fusible or not. You have to
Right.
perform a coefficient test.
This is correct. And it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not. That's the thing. It's simple. It just takes about a day. It takes a day. It takes you a couple hours to bring it up, because you bring it up slowly, just like you would if you were fusing. You allow it to fully fuse at about 1325, 1340, and then you allow it to anneal overnight and cool down to room temperature. And then if it doesn't fit, by the time you take it out of the kiln the next morning, you're going to know it. You'll probably know it when you open the lid, because it could be broke at that point. So just remember, fusing is a science, and what you need to do is perform all the knowledge that you need to do that. Fusing is a science.
Jerby Jerb wants to know, do we foil by hand or use a machine?
Right? We do hand, but I have a machine, and but I prefer to do by hand. Like, we use a machine if we're doing hundreds of pieces for a lamp or something like
Or a
that.
big job?
Big job. We just sit there and
Definitely would
set
use
it
a
up on the
machine for
table.
hundreds of
Yeah.
pieces, yes.
Yeah, hundreds of pieces. I can't watch that much television.
Okay. Are there any more questions? Just put a Q in the chat and we'll be happy to answer it.
Yeah, so everybody that's kind of hanging out and watching the show but not chiming in, if you'll go ahead and subscribe, we'd love to have you on board. And don't forget, once you subscribe to our channel, please ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time we come live to you on Monday nights at 7 o'clock, and sometimes we just have sneak peeks.
Yeah,
And
every once
you'll
in a while.
know about it if you're a subscriber and have chimed in on the notification bell.
So I think we need to let these fine folks get back to their family.
I
and
think we do.
Dinner
Y'all,
and everything else.
Barbara and I, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything tonight.
Thank you guys. It really
And-
means a lot. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes.
I know you got a lot
really
of
a
them.
nice
huh?
birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Felt like a party.
Well, it was a party, Barb. It was a party. So any more questions? Okay.
Okay.
We're going to get this lady something to eat, but tomorrow night's a special night.
Yeah, we're going out to eat tomorrow night. We're just going to go have something quick and easy. What foil do we use?
Yeah, right now we're using Edco because it's available. Sunshine has 7/32, 1/4 inch available in Edco. We all know Venture has pretty much ceased making any of their decorative foils, and they're so far behind now they can't see straight on their regular foil. So I wouldn't look for Venture to get anything out anytime soon, according to my suppliers. And also, you know, we're going to be pretty soon we're going to be having problems getting hand tools. So
Yeah, that's a heads up, guys.
just a heads up. We will keep the hand tools that we have available to you as long as we have them available.
That's right. Any recommendation on glass supplies in the Nashville, Tennessee area? Maybe someone can answer that. Someone around Nashville. We have someone that's going to Nashville, wants to know where to shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't know of any glass studios in Nashville, but I'm going to guess there's an art glass studio in Nashville, 1 or 2 for sure.
Okay, so we're going to head out, and
We're gonna
thank you guys for the
Thank
great
you,
birthday
guys.
party.